Hello and welcome to Casting Roles, a persistent D&D campaign played by a bunch of theater nerds. Thank you for joining us. If you're liking the show, please don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe. And if you want to find us on social media, we're on Twitter at Casting Roles and on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at Casting Roles ILM. Our videos are uploaded on our YouTube channel every Friday. But with no other announcements, we'll go ahead and start the show. So ticket takers, after arriving back in the island nation of Nuevea as a pit stop on your way to the Profane Citadel, you reconnected with various different people, including Nairoy. You saw Jane from a distance and made no effort to inform her about Soris's predicament. The Kakoa and Kaimana went off to explore the city, where they chased a giant wheel of cheese down a hill and almost Kaimana crashed into a wall trying to catch the cheese. You met Marlowe's parents at the inn where many of the refugees are staying, and kind of sat through a song that Marlowe's parent or dad had written for them when she was just a small child. And that's kind of where we left off, was with everybody coming together in that tavern space. So as the night progresses, or as the evening progresses, because I think you are all planning on having dinner with Nairoy's parents, or is that just a jury thing?
I can't remember who was coming with me. No, wait, it was Jaren was going to join us. That was it. So yes. Jaren and Abel, and then yeah, that's what it was. Okay. It was an awkward double date, and then his family is also there for some reason. So there you go. Yes.
So as the kind of music dies down, the beautiful, much better than I can do rendition of Moonlight Lullaby kind of dies down, and everyone is gathered here together before the evening goes on. Ticket takers, what would you like to do?
Also, let the record stand. Josh did a beautiful rendition of the song, and it's amazing.
So pretty.
It's great. And he's wonderful. So don't let him tell you that you can't do that.
Ugly crying. I wouldn't play it in front of Ace because I knew I was going to cry during it.
And I knew.
No, I only realized too late that I had done the exact chord progression of Somewhere Over the Rainbow. So now every time
everybody uses that chord progression, Josh.
When you play it on the ukulele, it's ukulele's Somewhere Over the Rainbow. I'm like, okay, well that was just a natural fit. So
it's the Izzy scale.
Oh, I love Izzy. Yeah,
it's he woke up at 3 a.m. to record that song because he made that realization.
Yep. All right. So what would you all like to do as the afternoon progresses? Yeah.
Is Yara around, or is she skulking off somewhere?
I don't know, like, if Yara, let's see, did Yara just hang around at the ship with the rats, or did Yara come with you all? Wow, that's a really wasted natural 20. Thanks. Good job, Yara. Yara is just kind of like in a corner of the tavern, drinking, in a way of like not wanting to like step in on anything. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to drag her over and make her join in festivities.
Oh, all right. Your father has a very beautiful voice, Mano. I wrote a beautiful song.
He does. Yeah, it's a lot. Where are you from? I'm trying to think, Josh, in character-wise, Yara would have never fucking told me anything about
No. Like, no. Always saw you as competition, and so never felt the need to divulge.
I don't know shit about Yara besides just...
she says, well, my family originates from the Moonvale, just slightly north of Anavia. My initial encounter with wolves happened there, and led to my heading to the Deepwood at a relatively young age.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, mine happened pretty young too. Like teenager.
Oh yeah, I was I thought I was 16, I think.
Yeah. Was it like, did you choose to head off?
Well, no, not quite. After I was bitten, there was a hunt for the wolf. It was put down, but then the fear of my own transformation, and they reached out to the crown, who made the connection with Callian, who came before the next moon to take me back to a place where I would safely be able to transform, with the help of others, and learn how to build some level of control.
Yeah.
So, better part of 8 years or so in the Deepwood.
I can see how that would be tiring.
Well, it's quite interesting watching an order slowly die around you.
Yeah, it's been pretty brutal. Do you know the primals?
Do I know about the primals?
The primals, yeah. No, it'll make sense in a second. It's not a tangent. It's a tangent, but it's going to come back around.
You asked this question knowing that of the parts of training that Yara paid the most attention to, the reading parts were never one of them.
Well, we're going to see if she remembers today.
And so she says, I mean, it's ringing a little bit of a bell, but I don't... Is that something that we studied?
Very much so.
No, Mono, I felt I was asleep most of the time.
That's fine. That was the only part of anything that I liked. So I think we were just kind of the reverse on that. It was like, remember like before gods, there were like monsters. Do you remember cool, sick monsters that had a lot of power? And I'm trying to appeal to what I think you would have been interested in history class.
I mean, I remember that before the 9, there were like elemental. Were those the kind of elemental? Okay.
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So you know the one that's like the wolf of like thunder and lightning. Remember?
Sure.
Okay. We get lycanthropy stems from that. Like the power of the order harnesses stems from that. Like all the orders harness the power of the primal.
That's
which I found out, and I think I might be the only person who knows that, minus you now and everyone else I've told.
She says, well, I mean, that would kind of explain why the orders are seen as outsiders in the Empire. They wouldn't want power from outside of the 9 or the 8.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, the 8 to be recognized. Do you think that's corrupting?
I mean, so when I werewolfed, it was like in my mind I was in a different plane and I was fighting the avatar of
Raiden.
The avatar of Raiden that was in me. Like that, like literally was the corruption, I guess, in me.
So I've got that in me, as well as she kind of like shifts her hand a little bit, and you just see for a moment a tether just wrap around her fist.
I don't know. I thought this was going to be a bonding moment. I didn't mean to make you feel bad about yourself or anything.
Well, I mean, what do they say about power?
Yeah.
It's all a form of corruption in the end.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, you know, how you choose to wield it, there's something to be said in that, probably.
Why would you want to give up being a wolf?
I'm gonna like turn back around and point over to my parents. When I was bitten, we waited, see if it would take me. And on the first full moon, they had to lock themselves in their bedroom all night while I tried to break down the door. And it almost came off the hinges.
Yeah, that would do it.
Yeah. I don't know. Everyone, you were there. Everyone tried to convince me that one day I would just have an epiphany and realize that it was actually within me the whole time. And I don't know, I just kept waiting for it, and it never happened.
Huh. You know, Marlo, I think I've figured out why I never really liked you.
Yeah?
You're a mirror.
Am I a dark reflection? Or
No. You can see like just a little bit of mist in the eye. And it was the statements of what you're making of you show people some kind of truth about themselves that they don't always want to see. I would never give up the power because it's all I have. You have. She kind of looks at the ticket takers and your parents. You have so much more. But is this all I am?
well, we're having a conversation right now, aren't we? We're not wolfed out fighting each other, so I think there's a little bit more to you than that. You can have all this if you want. Not my parents, not sharing them, but you know,
yes,
friends and stuff, and running around,
friends
doing things.
Well,
it's just a choice.
And I suppose there might be hope for that. I don't know. When the moon comes and this energy takes over, just me and the moon, that's okay for now. But maybe I'll find something.
You will. And if you ever want a spot on the team, we have one for you. So
well, when you are finished with the profane citadel, if the fight is taking you ever upward, you know who you can call.
Thank you. Normally I ask people if they want a hug, but you're not gonna get the question. I just grab her.
She lightly kind of pats your back for a moment and then gives into a full hug. And then as you kind of pull away, just kind of punches your shoulder and then just takes a swig of her ale and just mm-hmm. All right.
Come on. Come talk to people with me. Drag her over back to...
She heads over and then
people.
As she's walking by the bar, she just says, I think a full round for everyone else, please. Double for me. And a moment later, drinks are brought around for all of you by the bartender.
Ooh, a double.
I like Yara now. She's cool.
No, the double. Sure. Come on, you can have the double. It's fine.
It's just normal sized.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
This is very different from what we drink on the island. There is no clam in this whatsoever.
Clam alcohol.
So horrifying to think about.
It's
a seasoning on top. It's kind of like, a garnish.
Don't act like you haven't heard of.
Well, no, because I thought it was like the juice. It's infinitely worse. It's a garnish. It's lumps of clam.
So
you put the clam shell on the thing, and it.
No, I need to know if lumps of clams, like meat, are in it. I have to know.
we call it a chunky Mary.
That sucks.
Okay.
So bad.
I'm gonna put that behind a veil.
Yeah.
I've heard of this, but I've never had it. It's wonderful.
Lord.
Too bad it's not here. What a shame.
What is this made out of?
The bartender, that particular one is, that is made from rice. It's a rice wine.
It's very good.
There's two types. There is the filtered variety, which is you have. There is also the unfiltered variety, which we typically serve chilled. Quite also delicious.
What's the difference?
Besides
the temperature.
She grabs a bottle of the unfiltered, and you see just like this cloudy, milky, and she shakes it up.
Oh, that looks like it has clam in it. Let me have some.
One moment. And she kind of goes to a little barrel that's filled with ice, and she grabs a bottle out of that and then brings over a couple little shot glasses and pours a shot for you.
Okay. And I give a shot to Kaimana.
You're muted.
Well, I mean, of course I down it. Like,
yeah. It is silky smooth, delicious rice wine. My favorite type of sake is the unfiltered type, so we'll go with
it's really good.
He will keep drinking it until he is blottoed.
Okay. Which doesn't take much, surprisingly. Red cheeked and blowing out little drunk bubbles anime style. And Kaimana and Kuko are drinking each other under the table as you all prepare for your evening. Anything else from you all?
No, I think we're gonna just do the dinner.
Okay. As you are kind of sitting around,
I turned to Kaimana and I'm like, I turned to everyone. Should we go talk to Jane?
Who's Jane?
She her and Source
They went on a date one time.
Yeah, it was totally a date. There was a picnic basket. That means it's a date. Absolutely.
She was, yeah. They messaged back and forth.
Yeah.
Good luck telling your friend's girlfriend that he's disappeared and probably gonna die.
No, you're here
need
because
you to
that's
have
not
more
right.
hope on that one. No.
I said probably. He was taken by a giant ancient dragon.
I
People
remember very distinctly thinking, "Wow, this guy's an optimist," and I don't want to walk that back on you.
No. The probably means we have a chance. I'm looking forward to it, but I'm not going to tell her.
Yeah,
I don't think a stranger should tell her.
Yara says nothing, but then just is just really burying herself in her drink.
With Kermit with his tea.
Yes.
Just really enjoying the gossip. Should we all go together? Do we flip a coin? How do we do this?
Let's let her down easy. And,
yes, I think we should go together and
all together. Yeah,
let's
break the news to him.
Let's just skywrite it.
No.
Skywrite it?
Skywrite! No, everyone shush. We have to know what he would
Yes,
skywrite.
what would you skywrite to do this? Please tell me.
Just this Source has been kidnapped. We're on it. The ticket takers.
Wow, that's such a cleaned up way of explaining what just happened at your birthday party, bud.
Yes.
It's just going to be a lot of
too
questions,
informal.
a lot of which we don't quite have the answers to.
Look, Jane is in to me not remembering the name of the fucking spy group.
Vox Populi?
Christ, we haven't talked about Vox Populi in so long.
Yeah.
Jennifer Vox Populi, she's not sensitive. Like we should be, sensitive, but she can handle.
Skywriting's more for like big, like little, like not emotional bombshells.
Remember that part where you skywrote you were in the park?
And it worked.
What if somebody else named Saurus happened to live in this town and then their family was very worried when they saw it?
Oh, I hadn't thought of that.
Yeah.
What about Little Saurus? What if he got confused?
Look,
But he's right here.
I would not be afraid of being kidnapped. I would totally get out of that situation. I don't think that you need to worry about that, jury.
Saurus looking at big Saurus. Sorry, I'm built different.
I'm built different.
Little Saurus literally got kidnapped as a pet. Like, what is he talking about? Like,
He doesn't really remember that part, but it's
sure.
fine. I was born in captivity, jury. It's fine.
I really wish something was different. Anyway, about this situation. All right, we'll go.
You want to talk about it?
No, absolutely not. I don't want to talk to you. Let's go. This little Saurus. All right, let's.
Kaimana, in your ear, you just hear like a whisper. I think jury's jealous.
I want to talk about it.
Well, I mean, you got to convince Jury to talk about it because, I can't make him talk about it with me.
I want to talk about it with you.
What are we talking about?
We're supposed to be talking to Jane. Stop talking like I can see you.
Oh, okay.
I can lip read it. I can see what you're saying. I'm a spy, damn it.
We're going to do it later, okay, Kaimana?
Jury just yells in the bar, I'm a spy, damn it.
Wait. Kaimana like interprets it wrong, and he's like, okay, yeah, we'll talk about it later.
To see no evil, hear no evil.
It covers his ears.
Lord. All right, so you're going to try to find Jane.
Yes.
Last you saw Jane, she was out in like the little community garden space. So you all head outside. The sun is beginning its descent towards the evening time. It's probably going to set in the next couple hours or so. And you see in this small park area, there are several homes, most of which have been turned over to the refugees that are bunking up in multiple rooms in one space. And you see Jane is sitting on the front porch of one, like currently in the process of peeling potatoes or cutting up vegetables for a meal, but doing it outside in this lovely weather in the Nuevean afternoon, and spies you all coming across the garden path and kind of sets down the peeler and stands up and is looking a little expectantly across the group. Ticket-takers, it's so lovely to see all of you again. Where's Saurus?
That is what we are here to talk to you about.
She kind of sits.
Marlo?
She sits down for a moment, like you can see her like reach up and grab something at her neck, and you see the sending stone that Saurus had given her. She's wearing it as a necklace.
Allowed himself to be taken in a moment where an entire community was being held hostage. And we are going to get him back, but he is temporarily a captive.
Did Saurus leave the sending stone with them, Saurus, or did?
Yep.
Okay.
He left everything, so
So,
that
yeah,
way when
so-
they found him, he would have it right away instead of having to search for
So
it.
she hasn't reached out. Okay. I was wondering why I didn't get a call last night. He's been so good about always reaching out. Was he taken by Ahriman.
Yeah, he was.
She kind of is a little lost for words as she's kind of gathering her thoughts. He always worried about what the dragon might want from him. Are you sure it's something that it's not already too late?
It won't be too late. It can't.
Regardless what the I think they will find great difficulty with what they plan to do with Saurus.
Well, I've seen the work that you all do, and I trust that you will do everything to bring him back.
Everything. Anything.
But you know Saurus, and Jury, you know our truth. Is that he would want you to take care of the problem first, and him second. Whatever that means.
We'll make whatever call Saurus would want us to make. I promise you.
I wouldn't trust him to make the right decision sometimes, but...
No, but...
You all together, maybe.
The ticket takers.
When you find him, will you give him this? And she kind of reaches into her, like an apron pocket and pulls out a small bracelet of flowers that she's braided together. I brought them from Broadfield before we left on the airship. They're from the grove where we had our picnic. I was hoping to see him soon and pass it on to him, but...
You will. You'll see him soon.
Well, give it to him when you find him and let him know I'm thinking of him.
It'll mean the world to him. Kamana, you should take care of him.
Sure.
Well, thank you for letting me know. I'll continue to pray. I don't think my connections with Vox Populi will be very useful.
I hate to talk about it, but have you heard from Iris at all?
Yes, the turmoil in the capital, with Kratos Hawk abandoning that post to head south towards the Blight. Vox Populi moved in to contend with the work that Esper was doing there. And last I heard, had driven out Esper and Yorian from Nuevea, and are maintaining a semblance of peace within the city. Have reached out to various sources to try to deal with the pyramid structure.
Well, that's great. Driving Yorian out of anywhere is an accomplishment.
Yes. We don't know where they've quite gone, but it seems that Esper and Yorian have gone into somewhat of hiding somewhere else. But it's quite interesting how the people of Nuevea have started to whisper the name Iris Gorday. You catch more flies with honey. Which is something that Esper never quite learned.
I gathered that from one meeting.
But the working through the process right now of weeding out those detractors within Vox Populi. They're working towards some form of legitimacy, I think.
Thank you for letting me know.
Absolutely.
I'll touch her hand for a second if she'll let me.
Sure.
Just like,
she kind of grabs your hand for a moment and then squeezes it and then just kind of well, be safe. Where you're going, I don't know if there's much information about it. I've only read a book once about the Profane Citadel, written by... Oh, I can't remember. But...
Persephone?
Oh, yes, Persephone Mistweaver. Seems like a dangerous place.
We have a pretty... We know... We have a pretty good idea of what we're getting into with it. So they're not going in blind.
Have him contact me as soon as he's safe.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Great, and then we'll depart.
Okay. Abel, as you're all kind of have this conversation because, you're just standing around the porch area here having this conversation with Jane. You see something kind of flip by up in the air a little bit, and then it lands on Abel's shoulder.
And what is it?
You look over and you see a small mechanical dragonfly, sapphire in color, with silver gears and things, and it's just kind of, it lands on your shoulder and then kind of like zips up and kind of flips around and looks in your face, and you can see in the gemmed eyes like many reflections of Abel in the gemmed eyes, and then it kind of zips and flies around a little bit up above the rest of the ticket takers.
When it lands on Abel, like, do I see that happen?
Yeah.
But still, I got it.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Okay.
It's obviously a message from Jordan. Jordan must be close by. I'll look around. Do I see Jordan anywhere?
Yeah, it's about that moment where you all see this figure kind of jetpacking out from the area of where the palace is. And it seems that Jaren, and he's in his artificing armor, but he has modified the back using the schematics that Abel had developed of the jetpack. And so he now has attached a jetpack to the back of his armor, and he's flying a little bit, uncoordinated, like not mastered this skill yet, over the wall of the palace region. And he just kind of like flies up and then just like 3-point lands roughly in the center of the garden, and then like loosely stands up like a doe barely able to walk, like an Iron Man who just learned how to fly, and he takes off his helmet and then sets it down. He says, kind of calls out to all of you, like, it's really quite weird that you all come back to Nuevea I'm not like on the call list of one of the first people that you reach out to. So glad that, and he kind of waves and the dragonfly kind of flies back over and lands in his hand, that I sent her off to see you and to try to find you all. Hi, ticket
run
takers.
over.
I just look at Abel.
I'm gonna run over and give him a big hug.
He kind of hugs you and kind of the armor fades away as you're hugging him, and then so it's just so you're not like hugging the metallic body face. Yeah.
I have to apologize. We came here quite quickly, and there were so many things that we needed to do. I didn't want to. Wasn't sure how long we were going to stay, honestly. So, but you're here now.
Yes,
I'm definitely glad to see you.
Your father told me that you all were in town. That he's potentially putting out a strike force for you all to go on with you to the Citadel.
Yes, I don't know if I had time to tell the rest of the group the good news.
Oh, sorry.
No,
well, it's
perfectly fine.
It's good to see you too, Abel.
So, who is the new addition to the family, the Dragonfly?
Oh, well, I must confess, after seeing you run around with the Nancy, that I felt that it was probably a good idea for me to get, a homunculus of my own. So this is Flutterby, and it's a dragonfly. I don't know why I like dragonflies.
She's adorable. I like her very much. She suits you.
Yeah, it's very good at observation. Put real big camera lenses in her eyes, so she can see quite well.
Perhaps she can help you with your flying skills a bit.
Look, I just installed the jetpack real recently, so I don't think... I will get better at it, I swear. Your dad and I have been quite busy in... helping to rebuild and building up the defenses here in Nuevea, so I haven't had quite a time for joyriding. So
you could tell me all about the work you've been doing. I was going to ask if you would like to join us for a family dinner.
Please, I'm meeting Nairo's family. I'm gonna pass out.
I think it'll be good for us to give Jordan some support.
So when you say family dinner, do you mean like the awkward variety?
Please,
yes.
I don't think there's anything better than sitting in someone else's awkward family dinner.
You guys are making a lot of assumptions about Nairo's family. What if they're like perfectly nice and
Jerry's just catastrophizing. He has to. It's him. He's got a lot of family issues, okay? He's got yours went good, so he's like, Mar, your family dinner went great, so now it has to go wrong.
That's okay. Sure.
That's how it works.
It's gonna be that scene from the birdcage, like.
Meanwhile, in the background, the Kakoa and Kaimana are starting to sing the Latrinian version of La Marseillaise.
Introduce Jaren to the Kakoa. Of course, tell him all about the reasoning why he's joined us.
Okay.
And Saurus's disappearance.
He reacts appropriately to Saurus's being taken. I don't want to leave your father. I was going to say short-handed, but that seems like really inappropriate joke. Because so many people have gone on to the Blight, it is really quite just a few of us making sure that everything's running here. With the political pieces that have been discussed within Nuevea in the last week or so, things are a little...
I don't even want to think about what those conversations are like.
Oh, no one told you then?
No. I sort of have been actively avoiding the information.
I feel like it... Yeah, I mean, I could tell you if you want, but I'm pretty sure there might be something that I feel like your dad should probably tell you, but it's up to you.
We can have the conversations later. I think we should.
Tell him! Tell him!
Who's
Okay.
this odd screaming
I want
altar?
to know. So, like, Abel, if you find out, can you like promise to tell us?
I will.
Because sometimes you don't tell us things, and I really wish. This specific one I would love to know about. So
I will be sure to update you of anything of importance that I find out about the political structures of Nuevea.
thank you.
But we can talk about this later, Jaren. We're not here for very long, and I think we should focus on the little bit of happiness that we can squeeze out of this visit.
You.
Well,
Jesus.
Sorry.
that was a squeeze.
Glad Ronnie didn't see that.
No.
No, it's
You're having cough?
I wasn't looking.
Nothing happened.
Nothing happened. Okay.
I was looking at my
Dude,
character sheet on my phone.
So Jerem is ultimately like, I mean, I'd love to come to dinner, and so joins you all as you head back into the tavern, which is going to be the site of the dinner because there's no other place in this kind of refugee space where they can house as many people as are going to be attending.
Oh, I thought it was just the four of them going.
Oh, is it just the four? So jury is just the four?
It's whatever Nairoy told me to do, whatever he wants to do.
So
I would want it as like a private thing.
I thought Nairoy was just introducing you, and like then I think you invited Abel and Jaren along as a buffer.
Yeah, it's not the full ticket takers.
Yeah.
Thank you, Abel. Thank you so. I like have your arm, and I'm like, thank you, Abel. Thank you so much.
Oh, of course. If there's nothing I would enjoy more.
Yeah. Then if it's just the four of you, if it's just the four of you, then it'll be in Nairoy's. It'll be in the home that Nairoy's family has kind of adopted here in the refugee quarters. So Marlo, Kuko, and Kaimana, you all kind of are here. There is food available for you at the bar. You are also free to go off and cause chaos, which, you know, depending on whether Marlo allows that to happen or not. We'll see what the Kuko and Kaimana get involved in. But eventually Nairoy kind of comes down. And I don't know if Nairoy and Jaren have ever officially, I think briefly they met. Yeah.
He said they were like friends, right?
Like they knew of each other before, but I don't know since
they like met at the bar and like hung out for a while. Yes,
right. Because that's right. Yeah. But they knew of each other because of the way they worked with the two kind of situations. So they kind of briefly come back together, and then eventually Naira is like, well, something. I mean, my parents a little old on the older side. They like to eat a little early in the afternoon, so. So I think like 5:30 is probably dinner time. I was going to take wine, but you know, they're not going to drink it anyway. So maybe if we want to like, I don't know, take like 6 shots now, we maybe do that.
I'll take shots. Sure.
We're going to take 6 shots, Jury. Okay. All right, cool.
Okay, no, Jury starts taking the shot and nothing fucking happens. Remember?
Oh, that's right.
Oh, no.
So he's taking the shots and he's like, why am I still so fucking nervous?
Nairoy's taking shots is like, well, I don't know. I think it works pretty well. I'm not gonna take all 6 of these. That was dumb. That was too many. I'll take 2.
8 shots. What is happening?
Judy, you have to calm down. You're going to work yourself up.
You're not working.
It's obviously not got enough clam.
What? Like,
who puts clam in shots? This is disgusting.
Talk about a nightmare scenario, though. It's like, it's one thing to be drunk with your pal. If you're like stone cold sober and they're shit faced, it's like infinitely more stressful.
And I'm meeting their parents.
It's like the panic that you get like when someone asks you to eat a certain something and then like it doesn't hit you and it doesn't hit you and you're like, oh no, when will it hit?
When will it hit? Because you never know. Yeah. On the drive home.
And Jerry's just taking shot after shot. And he's like, Park.
Like Abel, Naira kind of leans over to you. Is Jerry all right?
He's just overthinking the entire thing. Don't worry. Jerry and I will be here to help fill the awkward silence. So.
Oh, I don't know if there'll be silence, but sometimes that's more awkward with my parents. So,
Well, what are your parents like?
Oh no.
I mean, they're Veltlanders. Does that mean anything to you?
Not particularly, no.
Marlo. What if I said my parents are Veltlanders? What would that mean to you? Exactly, right? If you know, you know.
Yeah, I like turn and look at my parents who are like, I don't know, like doing shots or something because they're fucking cool.
Yeah, like Shidor is the kind of dad who like it doesn't matter what bar you go into, he and the waiter are best friends. Yes. Like has a conversation with every single person who they walk by. Yes, like that.
Yeah.
Except without alcohol. My parents don't drink.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I mean, they're just small town folk.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes. Small town.
Josh, I'm gonna make an Arcana check to see if I figure this out.
Sure, go ahead.
Oh, it got 19 plus. So
yeah, it's after like the 6th shot and the multiple days now of having drunk a lot and not have gotten drunk that you're just like fucking wild magic.
What?
Is that just something you have to deal with from now on? Like your magic will do what it wants when you cast spells?
Most of the stuff is temporary. So it should go away eventually.
Yeah, Joey, maybe this will help. And I'll offer the mushroom dust.
Oh, no.
No. I'm not taking anything dust form from you, buddy.
Yes.
No
I don't
better
think you want to
that.
crossfade. It's not a good idea.
Especially since you can't do the alcohol part.
I'm not doing any of it. Taking 6 shots is probably a bad idea in the first place. No offense, Naira, you're probably fine.
Ooh. I only did 2.
Oh, I
got scared like halfway through the 3rd one. My parents haven't seen me drunk ever,
Oh, no.
so
Probably not the best day for it.
no. It's probably getting about time.
Okay.
I'm excited to meet your salt of the earth parents.
They'll be excited to meet you as well. Please excuse any questions that they may or may not have ahead of time for all of you, for me, for life in general. All right. And he kind of like gathers his things and like grabs Jury's hand and then just like walks out of the bar. And Abel and Jaren following along behind them. And he leads you.
I'll hold Jaren's hand while just following him.
I was gonna say, are both our first?
I thought you said you hold Jury's hand. I was picturing you guys in a line.
It's like it's the kindergarten. Like we're off to see.
Stop.
Yeah,
hey everyone, we're crossing the street.
Yeah, you grab Jaren's hand, and like after a moment, he kind of like does that thing where he like shifts the hand to like interwoven fingers, and then just kind of squeezes, but just doesn't look at it or acknowledge, and then just keeps walking. So while these,
I'm just picturing the intro. Jaren, my rustic parents. Here's a noble from Anavir and the crown prince of Nuevea.
Yeah, here's a noble half-fae. And
like 2 royal courts, basically.
Yes, and a noble from Nuevea. Just
2 noble courts.
Chilling.
Yeah. All right. So while these 4 are off to their family dinner, Marlo, Kakoa, Kaimana, what are you all up to?
Well, boys, what fucking crime are you planning on committing tonight?
I made no reference to any crime whatsoever.
You called me afterwards and told me about your crime, so I don't want to hear it.
That was the
So
past.
it's Pinky in the brain energy.
Stop living in the past.
Which one's the brain?
Roll more cheese wheels, in which case we can all 3 go.
I don't, and I never asked for one in the first place.
You want a spy?
I'm probably gonna stick it here. tonight, unless you start raising a lot of red flags at me.
Did Marlo hear Kokoa's question?
What did you ask?
Do you want to spar?
You want to spar? I thought you... right now?
Whenever.
Let's see what you made of, big guy.
Holy shit.
The bartender who, like all bartenders, has an eye on everything is kind of hearing, says, not in here, please.
No, we wouldn't.
There's a beautiful...
No. I look at the Cocoa to see if he was planning on doing it.
No, he's the same way you are. There's a time and a place for everything, and this is not...
Yeah.
Bars are for drinking.
Yeah, there's a
behind bars is for fighting.
This section of the palace quarter don't have their accent. This is a Nuevean. Where I don't know where they're. Okay, this section of the palace quarter is used to be a training zone for the military. There's a training pit probably a half a mile further towards the wall that way.
I'm gonna come with.
I'm gonna drag Yara.
There's a fight happening at the training pits. We are taking bids. You hear the bartender.
She's betting against. Wait. Can I insight and see if she's betting for me or against me, or she's running books? So, do you see like
makes me feel better.
Your parents immediately come up and are like, "Oh, 3 gold, Marlo."
No, I don't want my parents to see me lose. No.
So, Josh,
for 101.
Can I sprint ahead to the pit?
Yeah,
like it's easy to find. Right?
Yeah, it's like so like this is a kind of a park area, and then there's a smattering of roads, but because like it's very obvious when you get into what was formerly the military training complex. There's like old walls that used to have a gate that's just open, and they've turned most of this into a public park area, but there's a sunken fighting pit here, and there still is sandy covered. Like it's pretty obvious when you find it.
Okay, I want to cast Mirage Arcane.
Okay.
And turn like the abandoned fighting pit into like a Vegas arena, like with lighting and like big signs. It's like Marlo versus the Cocoa, one night only, like spotlights and shit.
Okay, so the best like on level thing that Kaimana would have experienced is probably the casino that you were in Anarvir.
Yeah.
And so you spend 10 minutes kind of transforming this space into like the magical display sign that was at the casino, the lights that are shooting up from it, like the area or whatever. And so you run ahead and do that. And so as Cocoa and Marlo are walking towards the pit, about 10 minutes into your walk, you suddenly just see like spotlights like poof, poof, into the air, and just like fake fireworks like shooting off in the distance. And there were a few people who were following you, but then like now all of the refugees, there's a few random like Nuevean guards who are like, what the fuck is happening over here? And so as you all are arriving at the pit and see what Kaimana has created here, there's probably a good 30 or 40 people that have kind of just been like, I had nothing else to do tonight. What is this? And just showed up at this random fighting pit where the bartender has abandoned her post at the bar and is now literally just a bookie and taking bets on these two who nobody knows from Adam except for a few of the Nuevean. The Nuevians are like, oh, they're putting money down on Marlo because they know just from the fight from a week ago.
No, I don't want to be the front runner. No.
In this corner, weighing in at a staggering, I don't
3
know.
coconuts. 10 coconuts.
And Cocoa is not wearing his armor.
Oh shit.
The thriller with Manila Cocoa.
That Cocoa.
The Cocoa.
Okay, come on, Cocoa, come here. How do you do this normally?
In this corner, wearing the wide
No,
brimmed hat,
shush! Give us a
'cause
goddamn
she's
second.
all that.
We beat the hell out of each other. One of us is declared the winner. Then we go drinking.
Okay, like no holds barred.
No holds barred. Unless you want a bar holds. Or hold bars.
Never.
No
I like you.
holds barred.
Me looking at this man thinking about a no holds barred fight. No.
Having never seen the Cocoa fight and nobody knowing what he's capable of. Yeah.
I mean, I assume he looks fucking jacked.
He's
though,
jacked,
right?
yeah.
So no.
He's a strong otter.
I'm strong, but I kind of need a lot of special things to make me that way.
Yep. All right. So as you are all getting ready, like you're going through the pre-fight for this.
And Cocoa is like instantly sober.
Yeah.
I'm like scared.
For this,
I
like,
don't like how confident Rob's being right now. I don't like it.
this completely impromptu fight that is now turned into like an exhibition match, like on pay-per-view. We will cut over to a small, quaint household where Nairoy like is about to knock on the door and goes, "Is that fireworks?"
I don't want to know what they're doing. I know it's him. I know he's doing this.
Oh, okay. He kind of knocks, and then the door opens, and you see this, not knowing what to expect because Nairoy is a tiefling,
Sure.
and knowing who knows what you assumed. You see a half elven woman, kind of curly, blondish red hair, wearing like a green dress, and she kind of opens the door. Well, Nairoy, why are you knocking? Like, this is also your house. I don't know why you have to knock. Come on, come in here. And then, wait, is this Nairoy? Is this Jury? Is this? Are you Jury?
Jury like pauses too long. I am Jury.
Oh my goodness! You come here. You come here and give me a big old hug.
Okay, I'll hug you.
And just like the warm hug, and then like, oh no, I got flour on you. Let me just brush that off right there. Oh goodness, I am baking. I'm baking pot pies.
This is
I hope you all like pot pies.
illusory wardrobe, so it's fine.
Oh,
it's magically.
Oh, that is magic. You can help in the kitchen then. Hold on one second, and like grabs your hand and like grabs you and takes you into the kitchen.
Okay, no.
And as you're walking through the house, and you just see like, so she never even gave you her name, just immediately like, oh, I'm taking you with me, and gets you into the kitchen. And as you're walking through like the living room space, you see this like kind of slightly portly human male, and he's just setting the table, and he's like, Susan, Susan, let him go. He is a guest in this house. You can't just take. Susan. Oh, I'm sorry. I never even gave you my name. My name is Susan. That's my husband, Daryl. We've been together for 33 years last summer. So I guess it's almost 34 years.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Here, come here. Help me with the milfoy, and we will.
Sure. I start mage handing. I just start like.
We will talk about what makes a relationship last a long time, and like takes you into the kitchen.
I am enjoying this already.
And then Daryl like kind of gets up and he says, Susan, you left the other guests on the patio. Oh, Lord, Nairoy, why are you still standing on the patio? And like Nairoy is just like the Hurricane Susan has struck, and he's just like, Dad, you have to get her to calm down.
I got a 25 to pretend like I'm being normal, but all my friends know I'm not being normal.
And Naira is just like, Dad, you have to get her to calm down. She's at like this level. And really, we talked about this. She was supposed to be at this level. And he's like, Nairoy, you know your mother just as well as I do, except I have loved her for 33 years and you have only loved her for, however, 27, whatever. You have to understand is that your mother covers her anxiety with meal prep. So she is doing that now. And your handsome friend is just gonna have to, if he's gonna be a part of this family, he has to understand that this is just who Susan is. All right. Hi, Naira is being rude. Who are you two fine gentlemen?
I am Abel Abioye, close friends with Jordan. Thank you for inviting us into your home.
Oh, absolutely. And then Jaren says, "Oh, I'm Jaren. I'm not from Nuevea. I'm giving a lot of information that's probably not necessary. My name is Jaren. Thank you. I'd love to be here. So happy." And and Daryl's like, "Well, you can come on. You all can help me get the table set." And he kind of guides you into the house as well. And then eventually just like grabs Nairoy and pulls him into the house and closes the door. In the kitchen, Susan is saying, "All right, so I don't know. Do you know what a millefeuille is, Juridan?" Okay. Well, so that's not helpful, but that's okay. All right. So a millefeuille, you're just going to take these potatoes here and you are going to slice them as thin as you can.
You can do that.
All right. Go ahead and make a dexterity check. If you're using the mage hand to do it, instead it can be a charisma check.
That's probably better. Let's see. What is better for old jury? All right, I'll use mage hand and do charisma.
Okay.
Oh my god. Well, I'm going to use my fucking ability. Hold on.
Oh.
This is unfortunate already to use this. Tides of Chaos. So
okay.
I failed, and so I unleashed my fucking fey power to cut potato. And this time I got much better. The Fey magic kicks in and I got an 18.
Okay, so what does it look like as Jury starts to cut potatoes and then uses Fey power to cut them better?
So I feel like I'm violining like anxiously to make the magic happen. And at first I just fuck the entire first potato, but then the mage hand just like slips it into the garbage where no one can see, and then it cuts it perfectly after that.
Fantastic.
There's like a surge of like that weird energy in the room, and then it's just like
nice. I've never seen anybody ever cook by playing a violin. That is quite impressive.
It good. That's great.
So tell me, do you have a college degree?
Abel will hear the music coming from the kitchen and just yeah,
straight through the cutting board. I feel it's like
what's Abel doing?
Abel's just gonna poke his head into the kitchen, hearing Jared and
Abel, this is
pulling
Susan.
out the. Hello, I just wanted to see if you all needed any help in here. I think the three of them are pretty set with the table.
You know, Abel is an artificer, and he's really good with putting things together technically, really at that whole spectrum of thing.
Yes, I'd be happy to lend my expertise in the kitchen. Any way I possibly.
Susan's just staring at me.
Make a persuasion check, Abel.
Oh, Abel, please! I give you inspiration. I give you inspiration.
The music plays again.
Yep.
Josh, just because I let you meet my parents didn't give you any rights to put my parents in this fucking game.
Persuasion.
I thought of your mom immediately. It was so funny.
Literally, when you said deals with anxiety by meal prep, I was like, oh god.
A 17 to persuade.
Yes.
Okay.
Miss Susan that I will be helpful in the kitchen.
Susan says, well, I mean, we can always put somebody to absolutely. So those dishes over there, we need somebody, you know, it's always, you are supposed to clean as you go. And I would normally be elbow deep in the sink right now cleaning. Do you mind taking care of the dishes while Juridan and I finish up with the appetizers?
the dishes, Jordan. I am going to help with the dishes. That
Abel,
sounds perfect for my talents.
Abel, my best friend, one of my closest friends in this entire world.
Yes, and I am doing this out of pure love. The only reason I would never say that you owe me after this. No, I would never do that.
Because we're so close, and you just
because we're so close,
out
right?
of kindness for me.
It would be selfish of me to say that. Yes, I'll go over to the dishes and immediately pull Anansi out of the fold.
We're outsourcing all our work.
And Nancy starts washing dishes.
Oh, he's so cute. Look at him.
A moment later, Flutterby kind of flies in, and now there's just Anansi is washing and Flutterby is drying dishes.
Incredible.
Yeah. That is just absolutely adorable. I'm sorry, Jury, I don't think you heard my question. Do you have a college degree?
Judy has studied many things. Oh, Jury, tell Miss Susan all about your studies, eh?
I dropped out of college.
Okay. Well,
a college dropout. That's all right. I mean, there are many paths to success in this life, of course.
But I joined. There's like a huge pause again. I joined later on the Adventuring Guild, and now I'm an adventurer.
Well, that is, I mean, that seems like it's probably prestigious, somewhat. That's fine. Tell me about your parents.
Trying to decide which one is better to talk about. My dad is of the Windsor family. If you know who those are, Naira didn't know who those were, but that's fine. That was actually great that he didn't know who those were.
The Windsor family? No, we get that magazine that's written every now and then that's like Keeping Up with the Nobles. And I'm pretty sure they did an issue on the Windsor family not too long ago.
There's some juicy stuff.
It was quite tame, actually. I think it was mostly about his work with the Halls of Origination. But there was that dark work with that woman that he was once married to. That's not your mother, is it?
Are we going to have any wine with dinner?
Tonight? I'm sorry. This is a dry household.
Oh.
So my mom is a Fae entity that is the Fae realm currently. Jury's trying his hardest to tell the truth about everything, and it's tearing him apart.
Watching Jury just fall into pieces. As you're explaining this,
my town, I hate Nuevea.
As you're explaining this, Daryl comes in. Susan, we talked about this. There was a minimum of 3 questions. You have asked too many questions before we have had.
That was 3, so that's good.
Oh, then she was quite efficient. I deeply apologize. All right, Jury, you can come with me. I think the appetizers look beautiful, Susan, as always. And Daryl kind of guides you out of the kitchen. And as he's guiding, he says I deeply apologize for her. She means quite well. You must understand that Nairoy is our only son, and you know how mothers can be with only children.
Jury breaks out into tears. Says that. I wish I knew what that was.
Oh no! I'm so sorry. Nairoy. I never know what to do when a grown person's crying in front of me.
It's fine.
Nairoy comes up and he's like, "Dad, I don't. Jury, we don't have to stay for dinner. I am so sorry. I feel like this has been not a bad experience."
This is way nicer than every noble dinner I've been to, so they're much worse than this.
Well, Dad, we're going to go sit in here, and we are just going to sit while dinner is getting ready. The table is set, everything's ready to go. I'm sure Mother had food ready to go ages ago, and those potatoes were for pure show. So please, show. I'll explain later. So Jury and I are just going to go in here. And Daryl's like, that's fine. You two boys just go and, I'll go into the kitchen. You can. I'll be in there. So that's I'll talk to your mother, Nyroy.
It's Nyroy's parents and then Abel in the kitchen, standing there.
Meanwhile,
I'm thinking what spells I can cast on Jury. So I get
For
my
revenge later.
And not do permanent damage, just like.
Meanwhile, Susan has been talking to Abel. So, tell me about your family. What is there anything special about your family? Are you also a college dropout?
I am. Oh wow.
Didn't even make it there, baby.
Guess technically I was offered a full ride to the Violet Cloister.
That's an impressive establishment.
Yes, I decided that I would take some time away from my studies to help found the Adventuring Guild in Alyria.
This generation is so free-spirited. It is lovely to see.
Yes, I appreciate that. That would include Jordan as well, they've helped to broker deals with heads of state. We have relied on Jordan to get us out of many tough situations. So, Nyroy is lucky to be with someone like Jury, honestly.
Well,
and then vice versa. He's a very admirable young barkeep.
I'm sorry, Nyroy's a what?
Shit. What was that, Judy? I think they are calling me.
Are you messaging me in the yearbook? You're like, murder.
Sometimes my friend Jared, he gets a bit anxious. I should go check on him. Thank you for. Okay.
She kind of turns, like all of the dishes have been cleaned and washed by the spider and the dragonfly, which are now just perched on the countertop, kind of watching this train wreck happen. And so
I warn Nyroy that, well, your parents now know that you worked in a bar while you were in Alyria. So if that's something you were hiding, it's not a secret anymore.
Oh goodness. Jury, we don't have to stay for dinner. It might be a better idea. I don't know.
No, if it's important to you, I want to stay.
Did that sound convincing, Jury?
Hold on. Just everyone hold on. And I walk into the kitchen and I'm like, will y'all sit at the table, please? I want to say something.
Susan is pulling things out of the oven and
I mage hand them.
Oh,
let me help you. Let me help you with those.
She dries off. You are such a helpful young man. So talented and okay. And she kind of follows you into the living room or the dining room area.
Here, we sit down.
Okay. She sits down. Daryl pulls out her seat for her and then pushes it in, and then he sits down. And then Jared sits down next to Abel and Nyroy.
Are you gonna wipe memories?
No, I don't have that spell.
Modified memory.
Modified memory this entire night. That'd be great, wouldn't it? I start playing the violin.
Okay.
I got 24.
Okay.
It's beautiful. It's wonderful. I just play a wonderful, beautiful song. And it's very emotional.
When you're able to lean on Jaren's shoulder while
Jaren kind of leans into Abel as well, and then kind of put his hand on the safe part of the thigh.
Thigh at the dinner.
Thigh.
Listen, guys.
Nyroy is just watching you, and you're probably not paying attention, Jury, because you're in the music, which is what always happens. But Abel, you would see it. Susan isn't looking at Jury. Susan is looking at Nyroy. And there's a moment as Susan is looking at Nyroy, looking at Jury, that you see the change go through to acceptance. And then there's tears at the beauty of the music begin to play. And Daryl kind of takes her hand, gives her a little hug. And they're like watching Jury play. But by the time Jury is finished with the song, it's obvious to both of them, seeing the way that Nairoy looks at Jury, that this is the type of love that goes places.
He like finishes. He like looks around awkwardly and is like, Nairoy helped me find my mom when I couldn't find her for years. And that meant a lot to me. A lot. It's the nicest thing anyone's ever done for me. And he was there when my dad awkwardly confronted me for the first time in years also. So he means a lot to me. So ask any question you want. And he like sits down at the table and he's like, I'll answer all of them. Truthfully.
Susan kind of looks at you and smiles and then just says, well, I hope you're not a vegetarian. Well, let's eat then. I want to apologize, Jury. I know that I was a little harsh at the beginning. It doesn't matter whether you have a college degree. We're not even living in our house anymore. We are refugees. I don't know why necessarily all the time, but clearly there's more to this than a wandering artist finding some hottie in a bar somewhere.
Me in a bar.
Now, where we will be talking about the bartending, but other than that, let's just enjoy a lovely dinner with one another and get to know each other outside of the pressure of answering questions that I have no right to ask. And you can just see that there was a moment where like Daryl like just put his hand on Susan's shoulder and there was like there was urge to push in a direction and she backed off a little bit.
You can ask me anything. It's fine. Let's talk.
Well, tell me about the first time that you and Nairoy met. And as that conversation goes, we will over to the... That
felt more like combat than the other thing. This is combat. That was
I'm sorry.
Combat.
I know that Jace is like, that's my mom. That's my mom. That, like my mom would ask like with a smile, most like...
Oh, we all have a Southern mom. It's all right. I was like...
The only time they're not asking the questions is when they're breaking out the photograph that is the most embarrassing thing possible.
No,
Nairoy in a bathtub.
I'm just waiting for what's going to happen when Susan finds out that the other half of the Adventuring Guild was doing a bare knuckle boxing match the night before.
Kind of people are my son. I imagine that like while Jerry was playing,
I don't know the fact that Nairoy never explained his parents why they're in Nuevea. That's
gonna be weird.
Oh no, because when Nairoy came, like he had gone to his parents, and Jury's announcement that like there was danger coming to the Veltland. When the Nuevians came, he brought his parents with him.
Yeah, but like he never told them why.
Oh, right.
She just doesn't believe it, I think.
Like basically, like he explained that they were his danger, but not like
what
all of the details. Yeah. Okay. But again, Nairoy doesn't know everything. So just got a call from Jury that there needed to be an escape. So, all right.
I imagine while Jury was playing that the Anansi and the Dragonfly were like flying around dancing together.
Yeah.
Oh,
to the beautiful
so
music.
cute. Anansi, I love you so much.
A little sapphire dragonfly and a amethyst spider. Yep.
That's a love story right there.
There you go. So meanwhile, as a different kind of fight, a different kind of combat. We cut back over to the training pit where there is a crowd of probably like 30 or 40 people kind of circled around the pit. This is a classic sand pit. There are kind of spikes around the outer thing to not to keep you in as much to keep the crowd from falling into the pit, but still to give them a view. And Kaimana is taking over the role of Master of Ceremonies. And so we are cutting there. Is there any conversation that the two of you want to have before Kaimana starts the fight?
No.
All right.
I feel like we did
the no holds barred. Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
we got it.
All right. Good.
He's spinning his axes.
Can we reaction before fight? Like, get ready.
That's between you and the Cocoa.
Yeah, because he's like I said, he's not wearing his armor, so he's like stretching out and twirling his axes and kind of getting.
Josh, this is only the second time I'm fighting with this thing, so you're gonna have to help me.
Absolutely.
Do I still have my swords are a thing? Like, do they light up and stuff? They don't do that anymore.
Yes.
Right?
So all of the normal blood hunter things still exist. The only thing that's changed is the subclass.
Yes. Okay, so I'll do that, and I'll do cold damage just to be annoying.
Okay.
And I will can I, right before we start, do insightful fighting on the Cocoa?
Okay, so that is a investigation check against the Cocoa's.
It's an insight check.
Oh, sorry, insight against his deception. So go ahead and make a.
So I'm trying to size you up and see what.
Roll deception for me, Rob.
That's a natural 1, so that's a 5. He's not hiding anything.
He's not hiding anything.
Okay.
He is dual weapon fighter.
I got a 20. So, well, no, because that actually gives me sneak attack against you for the next minute. So, thanks, bud.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted. Okay. Cool.
All right.
And with that, I am good.
All right. So, Kaimana, you are the ring master here.
Yeah, just come up to the two of them. All right, touch fists, weapons, whatever you want to call it.
I need to message Josh one thing
Okay.
real.
I don't like that.
Yeah, you all know nothing about the Cocoa's fighting. I'm reminding myself what the Changebringer essence does. So.
Me too.
Okay. So
I might need you to resend that at some point too, because I don't have it like all together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was looking at the old version for a second.
Well, and it should be in your DMD Beyond. Because I think I got it fixed so that all the stuff works right. So you have your
there it is. Okay,
your speed is doubled, and you have an extra action on your turn. You don't have the bonus AC,
right? Yes,
but you do have the +2 to damage rolls. That's it. Yeah,
and the Misty Step.
The Misty Step. Yeah.
I have all my other feats. Jesus, my feat page is a mile long.
Yeah, you bench.
Okay. I'm good.
Sounds good, Rob. All right. Oh, at the start
Wait, what phase is the moon in? Wait, that's important.
It would still technically be full moon phase. Because it's in the band of the full moon. We're about probably tomorrow is when it'll launch into the waxing phase, or the waning phase.
Okay.
So, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So it's actually it's radiant because of that?
Oh,
So it's not cold.
the other thing you get at level 11 is the regeneration. So at the start of each of your turns, you regenerate. It's like 3 hit points or something like that. It's
But
1
I'm
plus your
not level 11 for Blood Hunter.
Oh, that's right. Never mind them. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, wait. Then so your damage bonus is only +1.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine.
Mhm.
All right. Cool. All right. So, Kaimana, does Kaimana give a ringside speech before they start?
Yeah, he does. He'll spend like about 30 seconds on each of the and it's very awkward. Like it's obvious everything he's seen of this was from that one time in Fantasy Vegas, and at the end of it he comes up to Marlo and the Cocoa and he's like, all right, now I want a nice clean fight. I'm hoping one of you knows what that means.
I smile at Mar.
I'll go over.
I'm sure she smiles back.
I don't. I'm alarmed by you immediately. I don't know you. We don't have this rapport.
I'll go ring the bell.
All right. So with that, and it is a imaginary bell, but you can make it ring because of your the terrain that you've created here. Marlo and Cocoa, go ahead and roll initiative.
Damn, I wish Jerry was here. He could have given me a buff.
I would have.
I know you would have.
17.
That is something that Jury has said that he casts in the morning
you do
every
get your
day.
Initiative. Yeah,
And you guys
I always give you the initiative.
Yeah, first thing in the morning. Yeah, so you have the gift of alacrity.
Yeah, I always cast that on you.
What is it? Advantage?
No, it's a D8.
Yeah, plus a D8. So
Oh, thank you. I kind of needed it.
I literally cast that on you just every morning, just in
Thank
case.
you. I wake up my alarm every morning, straight casting that.
It is. Jury looks at you over a mug and goes,
It's just like
Oh, an 8. Thank you, baby.
you just wake up to like aggressive violin sounds
That's
every
a
morning.
19.
Okay, 19 from Mar, Cocoa.
18.
All right,
No, excuse me, 17.
17.
I
So
would not have beat it without a...
so as the bell dings, Marlo is first.
Okay. Bonus action Changebringer form.
Okay. So, Cocoa, you see this transformation happen with Marlo where still there as they look.
I imagine the way it happens now
go ahead.
is that I like summon the wave dancer, and like as the wave like crashes, when it like pops out, like that's the like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a
like,
very
it
like
goes with that.
an anime like side transformation, 1000%. But what you're seeing is like a slightly translucent form, and as you're looking at Marlo, it's almost like Marlo is standing in front, moving behind. Like there's this slight blur to their position in space and time.
Okay, and then I'm gonna run up and take my 3 attacks.
3 attacks. Mhm.
That's what it is?
Yep.
Right?
Yes.
Because usually it's 4 if I do a bonus action, right?
Yes, it's 4 if you do a bonus, but it's to go into the form as a bonus. So you got 3 attacks this round.
Yes, perfect. Thank you. All right. So first attack. Oh, I wish you were a little better, but that's going to be a 21.
That hits.
Okay.
You have his AC is 14.
Because he's not wearing his armor. Yeah.
Right. Of course. Right. Okay. And then that'll hit. And wait, plus. Oh, I'm sorry. I have a plus 14 to hit, so I would.
You hit unless you hit
I hit a nat
after
one.
1. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so those are 3 hits. First attack is with sneak attack. My sneak attack is +3. 29 points of damage. The first one. I'm sorry, that would have been 30 because I didn't add the extra.
Yep, 30
in my brain. And then 13 on the second, and 15 on the third.
43, 58 points of damage in the first round.
Okay.
So you watch the Krakoa kind of go from like hale and hearty to like ragged in this first round of attacks.
I think this fight's going to be pretty quick, and I'm not saying
either way, yeah.
Or the other way.
And
I just think this fight is quick.
Yeah, Krakoa, what you kind of see is like as the attacks are coming, it's like you've never experienced this before fighting someone where all three attacks hit you at the exact same moment in time, because like past, present, and future Mar are all striking you initially in that exact same moment.
Okay.
All right.
Is it my turn?
Now it's Krakoa.
Okay. First attack. That is a 19.
Yep.
That hits. 18's the armor class.
Yeah.
Okay. You notice when he hits you with his axe blade, it flashes bright.
Yeah, the axe blade itself like.
Okay.
Oh. And his first hit does...
Ronnie, what are you rolling scorching ray damage for?
His first attack does 34 damage.
He's cooking a turkey. 34 points of damage? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Second attack...
That's fair. This is my penance.
Is a dirty 20.
That hits.
And the axe flashes bright again for 27. And then his third backhand attack.
Bonus action attack.
Which does not... Oh, I'm sorry. I left out... each of those should have an extra 3 attached to them.
So it's additional 6, yeah.
Okay.
But he does not get this because it's bonus action.
Yeah.
Attack. Let me check this one thing. Okay, yeah, I can do this.
I think you all both have the exact same starting HP.
Third attack is a 17.
You do, yeah.
Okay.
17 misses. So the third attack, you go to hit Mar, and you feel like it's about to connect, but instead there's just like this shudder in space, and quicker than you can blink, Mar is standing in a space that is different than where you swung to hit. But those first two hit. All right.
Was that it?
Yep. Marlo.
Okay. I asked like that wasn't enough.
4.
No.
Basically, you hit the crap out of him. He spit some blood
That's
out.
why I said I was like, this is a fight that will go no longer than 2 rounds.
2 rounds, yeah. Like Marlo's turn or the Krakoa's turn will decide this round, this one. So Marlo, you got 4 attacks.
Oh, no. Well, yes. Okay. Yes, I do. Unless I action surge.
Unless you action surge, yeah. So if you action surge, then you have 7 attacks.
When I action surge, does that give me 2 more attacks because I have extra attack? Is
so
that how that works?
I'm pretty sure the way action.
No?
Let me just double check with action surge.
I don't remember the wording on it, and that can go.
I think action surge gives you one additional action.
Yeah.
And so your action to attack has 2 attacks. So it would be 6 attacks if you action surge.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna do that.
Hell yeah.
Roll 6 attack dice, see if any of them are 1s.
Yeah.
11. 5. 19. Wait, I crit on a 19.
You do crit on a 19.
I always forget that.
Yep.
Finally. 6 and 13. Josh, you like told me that drunk on my birthday, and it was so ingrained that I still remember.
I forgot that you critted on a 19.
Yeah, you were like, you critted on a 19. I was, you're mean.
All right, so that is 5 normal attacks and then 1 crit. So,
okay.
I mean, the Cocoa is probably not walking away from this round, but
Roll damage.
we'll see. Yeah, I mean, roll your damage. We'll see.
Okay. I mean, like, I would, if the Cocoa goes down, like, I would stop. Like, it's obvious, like, it's non-lethal. Like,
Yeah, of course.
I'm not trying to murder you.
No, we're just trying to knock the snot out of each other.
Okay, so the sneak attack, do we, forgive me, do we rule that sneak attack happened on the number attack that it happened, or does it happen?
So
like for the advantage,
the way I've ruled it for you, like normally sneak attack, you get it because the person is distracted, and therefore I would rule your first attack, because after you hit them once, they wouldn't be distracted anymore. They'd be paying attention to you. But because yours is coming from insightful fighting, I allow you to do it on whatever attack you want to, because you are paying attention to the weaknesses in his attacks. And so you can choose to do it on the crit.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. First attack.
That's going to leave a mark.
Oh, yeah. This will be 100 points of damage. Yeah.
13 points of damage.
13. Okay.
Second attack.
I don't know if you have any reactions, Rob. I'm not sure.
I do, but I'm not going to take them.
Sure.
That is an 18 to hit.
Yep.
I mean, 18 to damage.
Yep. Okay. So that's 32.
And then this will be...
31. 31 points.
This will be sneak attack.
Carry the 1. I think that does it.
Down.
Yeah. So the third hit, it's like past, present, future Mar, and then when the future hits Mar, before you even come in for your 4th swing, you're just watching in slow motion to you as the Cocoa is knocked backwards, and you just like cancel the swing. The sword vanishes from your hand before it can make contact.
I dropped to 1B. So, like, I am winded by this.
He is just like lying flat.
You took 2/3 out of me.
Yeah.
On that first.
You both you did about half damage to Marlowe on the first round, and then but he did almost
She got just over half.
Yeah.
On my first attack. You see him spit blood like up in the air, and just like, oh, this is gonna be fun.
I give you.
I like you.
Yeah.
I like you. Hands up. You're. That is the hardest anyone's hit me in a long time, and that says something. It's like
we're gonna do great together. That dragon stands no chance.
Hell yeah, my man. I'm gonna get. I'm gonna. No, Kaimana's here. I'm not going to give you a potion. I'm going to get Kaimana over here to heal you.
Yeah. All right, Kaimana, as MC, you have to call the match.
And like this was fast. This was like 12 seconds.
Yeah, the fight lasted for.
Well, it would be half on the second round, so it'd be 9 seconds.
Yeah, 9 seconds. Yeah.
It's like the lamest fight
like
ever.
Blur happens like.
Yeah. It's like a good solid 12 seconds, because part of it was just like setup. So, yeah.
All right, yeah, I'll get Little Source to ring the bell.
Little Source like ding 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 ding.
Winner! I'll go out and I'll raise their hand up. Marlo. And like whisper Marlo's, you're like, you could have made it last a little longer.
You didn't say to put on a show.
Just like hear aggressive guitar music starting to play from the other side, and you just hear like an impromptu like, yes, that's Marlo, she's my daughter, she kicks ass. As like this like
my dad giving me my own anime theme.
This like rockabilly like anime theme song starts to play as your parents are now 6 gold richer from their bet. So
let's go.
And as the bookie is kind of like handing out their prizes and awards, didn't pay out as much because the underdog didn't win, but it's still good to go. And then the crowd starts to disperse and kind of spread out from the night, and it's just the 3 of you there.
That was fun, Chosen of Kalea.
That was very fun. I am very excited to team up in battle with you.
The dragon doesn't stand a chance.
You get 7 points of healing, Rob.
Okay.
Not that you need it, but
you're now at 8.
I wanted him to not be a 1.
Yeah.
In case any more shenanigans happen.
Yeah.
You see him kind of put his... Yeah. He doesn't seem as winded or as hurt as you would think.
Yeah, like there's... the healing goes through and it patches up some of the wounds, but it's almost like the healing has additional effect that you didn't expect, Kaimana, and most of the Kakoa's wounds just like heal themselves. Mm-hmm.
Well,
I'm sure we'll find out about that.
Now we go drinking.
I
have to buy you drinks.
Yeah, you do.
All right. So y'all make your way back to the tavern, and we cut back over to the dining table, where now a beautiful like profiterole has been laid out for a dessert, and Susan and Daryl are just kind of would you like any coffee with dessert? We love coffee. I know, understand it's a little bit late for some people to drink coffee, but I just can't sleep unless I have some, just a cup of coffee before after we eat.
I love coffee. We're gonna go like infiltrate a dragon lair tomorrow, so it might be nice.
Oh, well, that sounds dangerous. Daryl, get information about that. And she goes off into the kitchen and returns a few moments later with like a steaming, 5 or 6 cups, and pours out from this like silver canister, fresh coffee for everybody.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. As soon as we're done with trying to do some of the other world-saving things, it's very high on our list to figure out what's happening in the Veltland area.
Oh, you mean with the Star Speaker people?
Yes. We had encountered with them and they were very dangerous people.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I felt that they were very nice.
They were psychically mind-controlling people and like it's really bad.
Well, Naira, why didn't you psychically mind control? Like our next door neighbors went off to go live in their little commune in Starfall.
Yeah, it's a cult. They got inducted into a cult.
Mind control.
Yeah, they might not even have known.
That seems very bad.
It's really bad. And that's why we're part of the Adventurers Guild. We stop stuff like that.
Oh. Well, Daryl, I'm really glad that you had them sit at our table and have, I made apple pie for them. They could have gotten us too.
I think you're people who use your heart a lot. Sometimes people take advantage of that, and sometimes it's a good thing to trust your instincts.
Nairoy leans over and just kind of like whispers in your ear, like, I think that might have destroyed Starfall from the inside out if she'd taken my mother. What was that, Nairoy? Whispers don't make friends. Nothing, mother. It was an inside joke. It's fine.
You said the pie was really good.
Oh,
excellent.
Profiterole. It's just like it's shoe buns basically, but filled with delicious, some kind of delicious fillings. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I like lean over to Nairi and I'm like, have you told them about your writing stuff yet?
Oh, yes. I mean, my parents knew that I was off exploring the world to write, and traveling around in various different places. It was supposed to be like a gap year, and it turned into more like a gap 5 years. But Nairo's our special little man, and so whatever's going to help him be happy, we're going to support that. But he hasn't let us read any of his writing, but
he's really hard on himself. It's really good. I went to Bard College for 1 semester, and there was a lot of bad writing there. I promise.
Oh, that's very kind, Jerry. I think it's getting better. I think might be ready to publish something in the coming month.
Wow, that soon? That would be amazing. Kaimana owns a theater or something in Enderbeard. I think I don't know what he did. He gave someone a bunch of gold or something. I don't know how he does the things. He's like the team leader. He could do whatever he wants, but I don't know. Maybe you ever write a play or something.
Oh, I don't know. Sorry. That was Susan's voice.
His accent slipped out.
I know. You do. I mean, there's a very distinct, the person Nairoy seems to be and these two people do not seem to match up in a lot of ways. He's like, I'm not sure if I'm really playwright material. Mom, Dad, did you know that Abel is the son of the sovereign of Nuevea?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Oh, really? Abel?
Yeah.
The son of the sovereign of Nuevea? That's quite impressive.
My mother is not the sovereign of Nuevea. She is the archmage of Nuevea.
Right, but isn't she the one that was lying to everybody about not being the sovereign?
That's a bit of a complicated situation. Becoming the sovereign is a very big sacrifice, and it would have taken her away from her magical studies, which she has excelled at. And arguably, Nuevea is better because of her magical ability.
Yes, I mean, a college education is very important.
Yes. So, while I appreciate your interest in the topic, it's a bit of an awkward conversation.
Oh,
no, my dad owns a college, a school.
Oh.
Yeah.
Very prestigious school, yes.
I mean, the Windsor family is quite prestigious as a family as a whole. So to come and, Warren Windsor, yeah.
No, he's whatever. I guess he's okay now. He was so annoying when I first met him again, but he's fine now.
Well,
so
anything.
Come around a lot, too.
Yeah, he told me he wasn't evil, so that helped a lot.
for once, Susan is like, I don't know how to respond to that statement.
Not drunk and suffering.
More pie?
More, yeah.
More, yeah.
Would you like another profiterole? Can I warm anybody's coffee up? But unless there's this is the nature of the first conversations. But if there's anything else that you'd like to talk to Daryl and Susan about before they...
What was Nairoy like as a young boy?
Oh.
Why are you asking?
Lord, Nairoy was, he was quite, he was a very precocious young boy, but also very withdrawn. I mean, you might have noticed that Nairoy's a tiefling, and I think might have been the only tiefling in all of Arlos community in the Veltland. And so, he was treated a little weirdly as he was growing up, and people, wanted to pull his tail, trying to see if his horns were real and things. But, he learned how to stand up for himself. With cutting words and things, which, doesn't always work. Sometimes they tell you that you should really, talk back to the bully and put them in their place. And sometimes, that just means that you get punched in the face. But he did really well for himself. And, he's, of all of those stupid little boys that used to pick on Nyroy is the only one who ever made it out of the Veltland. The rest of them are just sitting around there picking plants, and just like the rest of everybody else.
He's really special.
Yeah, he is our special little blue boy.
I also want to know, is Nairi covered up, or do his parents know about his tattoos?
Oh no, he's wearing long sleeves.
Oh, wonderful. Great. That's what I thought.
He also took out his piercings.
Oh, well, that's disappointing.
Yeah, the only like jewelry that he still has on is like the horn caps. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much. I had a really awkward conversation with my mom when we reconnected. It was super awkward, and this has been really nice.
Oh,
so it's nice to see parents that just really care a lot about their son.
Well, Susan and Daryl kind of look at each other, and Daryl says, well, I mean, I love Susan, and Susan is the light of my life, and Nyroy is the embodiment of the love that we have for each other. And so, we're going to love Nyroy with all of our hearts, and whether or not he, travels near or far, as long as he's happy, that's all we want for him.
I messaged Nyra, and I'm like, your mom's gonna fucking kill me when I take you into the Feywild.
Can you take me now?
Okay. Well, it looks like we just got a call from Mar, and she needs all of us to meet.
Yes.
Gosh, we got a team meeting.
Oh, Mom, Dad, I know that after dinner is very much. It's just time for sleep for you. So we're going to get out of your hair. Jaren and Abel will leave behind the spider and the dragonfly to help clean up the kitchen, right? Okay, cool. All right, let's leave. It was so lovely to see you. I love you each both. I will be out late tonight. Please don't wait up for me. Mom, I know that you will anyway. But I love you all.
Misty step him out after he's done.
He kisses them both on the cheek, and then boop. And then Abel and Jaren, you are alone with Susan and Daryl.
They're like, so about that dragonfly.
So they're like, well, it's just
make these?
It is so kind of you to leave your little friends. Do we need to feed or water them? Are they all right?
No, they should be able to get their work done and then just head home. And I have to negotiate with a Nazi because he's
Nazi's also
left to do the work.
Jaren's just like, if you just leave your window cracked so they can get out. That way they don't have to bother you about opening the door.
Yes,
but if there's a very bad draft in here when the window's open, I'm not sure that's not good for my constitution, but I'll keep an eye on them.
Thank you. Just tell me if there's a problem. I'll get you out quickly.
And here, they left before I could give you this, and she passes over to-goes of all of the food that was left over, and you just have bags of profiteroles and food. It was really quite surprising that this down-home country woman made milfoy. Your entree was duck confit. You had profiteroles. She's a very, very talented woman in the kitchen.
I'm sorry, but profiteroles just sounds like a medicine.
I know, but they're freaking delicious.
It's fucking cream puffs.
They're cream puffs.
No,
they're so good. They're so good.
I'm
gonna kill you for talking about it.
Jace is aggro about it.
I'm just if you go to Costco, they have 72 frozen profiteroles.
All right, Jace, our Tuesday plans.
Wait, my mom has a Costco membership. Come on, everyone.
Our Tuesday plans are solidified, Jace. We're gonna make 72
They're filled with frozen whipped cream. They're so amazing. Okay, anyway.
I'm pet sitting this week, and I may ask for
like
payment.
In
profiteroles.
Incredible.
All right. But eventually, unless Jury and Nyroy are not heading back to the bar, or Jaren and Abel are not heading back to the bar.
I don't know what our plan was past that. Misty stepped us out and I said, well, that was nice. Eventually.
Well, it was, you survived, and I feel like that's more than any other person I've ever brought home to meet them has.
Very worth it. Very worth it. Although this sweater look is I don't know how I like tug at the neck of his sweater. I don't know about all this.
He just pulls it off, and he's wearing his sleeveless jerkin. It's like I just realized that Nyroy wears Will's shirt from grade 3, so it's slightly like a crop top.
He's so Will coded.
Yeah, he's so Will coded. And so he. So his tattoos are on full display. And he's like, it was getting quite hot in there anyway.
Your mom keeps it super warm for some reason. No wonder you learned chill touch immediately.
She is, I don't know if you know much about women in general. They are by nature very cold, and so it was always very hot in our house. With her blanket. There you go.
My mom was a Feywild lady who. Nope, I don't know. That's fine.
I am by nature quite warm, so
it's a good thing.
Yeah. Here comes Jaren and Abel.
Hi.
I see that you got all of the to-go bags.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yes, and we will be holding on to these for ourselves. As
Absolutely.
I am so thankful for the two of you coming in.
Honestly, it was a good time. I appreciate the very elegant meal and the conversation.
Just like an inside thing, my mother is quite obsessed with the idea of a college education because she did not finish culinary school. And it's kind of her one shame. Mm-hmm.
She certainly doesn't need a degree. Look at her.
Yes,
also, I didn't go to school either, but don't tell her.
What did you say?
Nyra's he didn't go to school either, but don't he's never even applied.
Well, a lot of things from your family. But I'm not one to judge.
Abel, you're literally a fucking adventurer. You keep a lot of things from your family too.
It was just an observation.
I'm just saying.
No need to snipe.
I owe you one, big time.
Yes.
Of course.
Yes, you do. And while I was there, I had a couple of ideas that for some spells. So maybe I'll.
Oh, you're gonna be looking blueprints. All right.
I'll collaborate with you, and that can be my payment.
Wonderful. He looks over at you and Jaren, and he's like, I suppose you two want some privacy.
I think we'll perhaps walk back and give us a chance to talk.
Mm-hmm. Good to see you, Jaren.
Always good to see you too,
Right.
Jerry.
Very good to see you.
Thank you
Jerry,
again
sure
so much, Abel.
Safe.
What do you mean get back safe? It hits Jerry. What's up?
Are we in danger?
Oh, no. Danger. No danger.
We do have one missing ticket taker. Just saying.
I mean, there's a lot of general danger in the world happening on a whole, but not specifically here yet.
Yeah, just in a generalized way. Take care of yourself.
All right. Well, you both as well. If I don't see you before you all head off in the morning or whenever you leave, stay safe, Abel.
And same to you.
Yep.
Right.
Juri awkwardly fucking stands there.
Nairoi kind of grabs your hand, Juri. A late night walk before you turn in.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Sure.
I
do not want to know what the others have been doing this whole time.
He kind of guides you through the garden paths towards copses of trees and beautiful architecture further down. Jaren kind of
give Juri a thumbs up while they walk away.
I give you a salute. We did it, gang. You and I, Abel.
Jaren, as they leave, kind of turns to you, Abel. Do you think Nairoi is their biological child?
I think all signs point to an adoption situation.
I've never really encountered tieflings before, but I've heard that it's the kind of thing that skips generations sometimes.
But yeah, that's true. I just don't. How do you bring that up at a family dinner?
Oh, I know, it's quite awkward, but it's like my hyper-focused brain was just like, I would like to see the family tree and to know which one of you made a deal with the devil down the road somewhere.
Somehow I think it might have been on Susan's side.
I was going to say Susan as well.
She's too buttoned up not to have a secret.
Absolutely.
I'm glad that you decided to come.
Well, I don't think that you could have. You might have walked out on Juri if it was just you.
I would never do that to Juri.
Well, it's good that you all have come far from your time in Nuevea.
Yes, I honestly have a lot of respect and admiration for Juri, and I trust him with my life.
No, he seems to have the same for you. Could have invited Marlo. Could have invited
wild magic thing.
Kaimana. What?
It's just when he casts spells, sometimes things happen. Fairies appear, or grass turns pink. Just strange things happen. But I'm sure he'll get it under control eventually.
I haven't had much dealing with Fae. But in general, control is not one of their strong suits.
Well, at the very least, it'll throw our enemies off in the middle of combat, so there's an upside.
Yes. Well, you all are leaving tomorrow, I assume.
We leave as early as we can tomorrow.
Are you going to take the strike force with you?
That is the plan. I'm glad that we'll have backup, but I am still a bit nervous about the whole thing.
Well, I'm not sure which I prefer, knowing that Nuevians risking their lives probably going into death, or you doing it alone. It seems quite dangerous on either end.
No matter which way you look at it, it is going to be extremely dangerous. And that being said, I think I should say something. Spending the day with Juri and Nairoi and telling Jane about Sordis sort of made me realize I don't know if I've ever been completely clear about the way I feel about it. And seeing how sure Jane was about knowing what Sordis would want, how close they become, even though they spent very little time together. I want you to know that I do care a lot about you. And when I get back, I hope we can spend a lot more time together.
Well, I I care a lot about you too, Abe. And I would very much like to spend peaceful time with you as well, when you're not running off to save the world.
Well, hopefully, that will be pretty soon. Maybe we could run off together at some point.
There's a lot of the world that I haven't seen, and I know cooped up here in Nuevea for most of your life, there's a few things I could still show you too.
I like that idea. But in the meantime, we have some important things to focus on. So
Well,
let's get past that first.
as they said, it's our last night before the danger sets, so let's just take a stroll and not think about the danger for a little while.
Yes. Why don't you tell me some of the things that you've been working on?
All right. So, Jury and Nairoy heading off in one direction.
Mm-hmm.
Abel and Jiren heading off in another. The Kakoa sealing his position as Marlowe's flanking friend. Which only
they're going to hit something together real hard.
Yeah. Oh, I can't wait for us to both go like full fucking round on something.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
But with the knowledge that he's filling a position of a person that is lost, that you must find, and knowing that that journey begins tomorrow. Eventually, the ticket takers all find themselves to sleep, whatever that looks like.
They find themselves in bed.
They find themselves in bed. Whatever. You eventually all get a long rest. But the dawn does rise. And the Profane Citadel awaits. And that's where we'll pick up next time.
Wow. The anime filler episode before
it was.
Yeah. Oh, it was so good.
I'm still not over my birthday being ruined.
Right.
I'm so sorry.
No, you're not.
And even though it was only a round and a half, that was fun, Mar.
That was so fun.
It's like, let's see how hard I can possibly hit you.
Well, it's just always fun when you get to just stack your damage all at once. You're like, I am good.
Well, D&D is not designed for PvP.
Nope.
And so, like, it was always going to be whoever gets first initiative probably is going to win this one. So
that jury D8, baby.
That jury D8. Yeah.
I mean, me rolling a crit helped.
Yes.
And
you would have gotten me anyway with 6 attacks.
Yes, 6 attacks would have done it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, but if I hadn't done action surge, I think there is a chance I couldn't have gotten down.
Yeah.
Question: when we leave tomorrow, how long is our travel?
So
are we teleporting, or was this
that's something you guys need to discuss.
We were asking in real life for something.
Yeah,
I was like, where are they going?
No, so that's something that you all need to discuss because there are many potentials for your journey. Like, I know you have to decide, because you can't take the flying carpet all the way there. It just, that doesn't make any sense. So you're like, what are your options? Like, are you traveling? Are you leaving the something ticket this way comes here and going on one of the strike ships? Are you going on the something ticket way comes? Are you leaving the rats behind? There's a lot of things that you guys have to figure out and discuss.
Yeah, we should talk in the chat about it.
Yeah.
I have
So
a couple ideas.
You guys can make your plan. Knowing, like, as a DM, I don't want you to walk into a situation where, like, the groundwork is laid. Like, this is going to be an incredibly dangerous proposition for airship travel. But also knowing that airship travel is your one way of getting there, right? So
if we went by airship, how long would that be to the Profane Citadel?
So days, right? It's still over the Azalor area. And so from where Nuevea has floated to, it's probably like a day and a half to 2 days.
Okay. So I was going to say, depending on how long that travel would be, whatever we decide would make me decide, wow, I'm going to spend my night.
Oh, should. Dang. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
What, do you need a full day to recover? Is that what you're saying?
Probably.
Oh?
If he's gonna stay
That's
home.
fair. Artificers can get real fucking weird.
I was gonna say, he's actually trying to decide if he's gonna loop his boyfriend into the nerd shit. Like, all right, help me make a grappling gun now.
The weird thing is like a night of like fun or a night of artificing. Either way, Jaren's gonna be happy. So
it's so true.
Yeah.
Well, I just love that he's just been working away with your dad the whole time, and he's like, "Well, I can't say no. That's my boyfriend's dad." Not that he would want to, but he's just like,
he
"Well,
loves it."
He's like the greatest smith in this generation.
Yeah, I'm learning next to like the greatest forge master in Nuevea. Like,
so
yeah,
funny.
yeah.
Yeah, I do think the canon is though that Abel and Jaren do set the casino on fire as soon as they're allowed to like go off on a date together.
Very much Bonnie and Clyde, just like.
All right, good night, y'all.
All right,
Good night,
night everybody. See you next week when we